Hello again.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Now,
good old freedom beating
I know,
opener.
it's marvellous,
Hello,
isn't
everyone.
it? Now, just before we go any further, if you've literally just tuned in for the one-day special, apologies straight away for the state of my hand. I've
not
come
allowed
from
to
one
touch
set to
anything.
another, and I've been guesting and presenting on the previous, so I've got no time to go and wash my hands. So, just to explain that. Now, we're also going to give you some Santa updates during this hour as well. We've been doing that.
Have
Did
you?
Yes, it's been.
Okay.
It's got a long way. Uh-oh. Right. As soon as we know where he is, we will let you know.
The last time I heard he was in Bacau.
He's on his way.
He's on his way there.
He's on
Okay.
his way, yes, yes. A minute and a half and he should be arriving. We'll keep you posted on that.
Excellent.
Let's hope he gets there safely.
Yes,
Now then,
indeed.
Hayley, what have we got here? Because, of course, this is a brand new one-day special
It is a brand new
launch.
one-day special. So what we have is everything that you see here. Everything that you see here will turn into this.
Ooh.
This is a box
Oh.
with a little tray insert in the top. Ooh, hang on, I've got to take it out dead straight because it's quite a nice tight fit. And then in the bottom of the box,
Oh, look at that. How clever.
it fits 16 half meters of fabric. So that's 8 full meters of fabric in there. On bolts, so there's lots creases, so there's less creases on them. And then that slides in the top, fits exactly.
How clever.
And there are no metal parts. Oh, sorry.
it's all right.
There are no metal parts in here. The hinges that we've got on the back are all made from the MDF.
Isn't
so
that
they're
clever?
all decoratable as well.
Do you know, I like that, the fact that you can decorate that in so many different ways with whatever mediums, your rice papers, your
Absolutely.
pretty papers, your stencil. Oh, you're going to have a bowl with this, aren't you? And you get the fabrics as well.
And for the one-day special, yes, you get all of those fabrics as well.
Wow, what a great buy.
So you're getting 16 half meters, you are getting the colours that you see here. So that's the orange, the bright yellow, the lemon, the sage, that's the chartreuse lime green, emerald green, peacock, the sky blue, the pale blue. I've got to remember which way around these are. I think that one's the plum, purple, lotus, that's the dusky pink, sugar pink, baby pink, and that beige as well. You are
Beautiful
getting
colours.
all of those colours.
Absolutely, gotcha. And you wouldn't think they fitted inside there to look at them
No,
as we've
to
got them
look at them
spread
all
there,
out
but
like
they
that,
do.
but they absolutely all fit in
And
there.
what a handy
Just
tray at the
to-
top as well.
Well, that you can put, smaller bits and pieces in. You can put your bobbins, your
Yeah.
pins, any bits like that, or if you've got little hexagons, because if
Oh,
you've
of
got 1-inch
course.
hexagons, they will fit in there. Because remember, you've got up to the height of where that handle is, because the handle takes care of the lid. So if I pop that back in,
Love that,
see
love that
You've
idea.
got that extra space of the lid to take into
Perfect.
account as well.
Well,
So
we've got an
put all
extra
your little
bonus for you
hexagons
as
in there.
well. This is the one-day special. You're already saving £18, but because it's Christmas and we want to treat you, from 6 o'clock tonight, which is now, of course, we've just launched, until the end of Boxing Day, if you put code Christmas19, Christmas is capital letters, if you're spending £30 or more, you will get £10 off. So does that mean, let me just double check this, because this is a really good bargain, isn't it? You're already saving £18, but because you're spending over £30, you can get another £10 off. So essentially, you're going to save £28, as long as you put that code in.
Which makes it $44.98.
Wow.
Which makes it very good value.
That is
because
brilliant.
I know that we usually have a set of these guys on 15 half meters, but we've done a slightly new one, 16 half meters, and the fabrics on their own are $52.99.
That is amazing. I've got another question, actually, before we move on, because I don't want to forget about this, because it's important.
Okay.
If, as we go down the counter, Emily, we're going for the one-day special, and then we're adding other things into our basket, and we're going over £60, can we put the code in and get £20 off? Is it every £30, or is it just the first £30?
Right, so you'd have to do that as one
Do
order.
it as a separate order, then you can
check
get it
out,
again.
come back, and then check another.
There's no limit how many times you use it, as long as you're spending £30 or more. So if you are going for more than one item, do it in separate orders. Just trying to help you out here, trying to be extra generous at Christmas. Freedom members, you're not paying for delivery either, so think about it. You could save an awful lot of money here. Treat yourself. That's brilliant,
Why not?
isn't it?
Why
That's
not?
really good.
So We're going to go and do some demonstrations in a minute and put this together, more specifically how those hinges work, because that's the only bit that's kind of a little bit different to what you've seen before in terms of construction, because these ones are all fairly straightforward. They slot together and then they attach to a base. Same with this one. It's just those hinges that are slightly different. So that's what we'll go through for our demonstration. I should put that back in really, because I'm just wandering around with it. But all of the fabrics that are in here, they're all
busy on this already,
slid in on little bolts. Now the reason we put them on bolts is because that's a lot less creasing than folding, and then you can slide them in and out to get just the one that you want. Oh, it's hard to. Oh, I need to tilt it forward. I can't reach. I can't reach. So if I'm going to tilt it forward a bit. Oh. Ah.
Do you want me to?
Right, could you just
hold
keep the lid up for me?
Bless you.
Thank you. Now the hinges on the lid do stop, so you can't kind of put it any further back than Catherine's got it at the minute. But there are little slots. I'm trying to get this in now and hold everything at the same time. Let's tuck that back in so we can see what we're doing.
We don't make it easy for ourselves, do we, Hayley?
No, we don't
the angles that we have to work it here.
Come back to front and upside down, and there we go. So slot that in one side, slot it in the other side, and I'll be able to slide that in from there. I've put it in the wrong one. I can't see what I'm doing. I'm upside down, back to front.
Well,
but if you're just loading it like a normal person, like that.
Look at how easy it is. Look at that. Now we've taken it away from the camera, you see, and you're not at a funny angle. It's straight in there.
To do upside down and back to front. But there we go.
Perfect.
We'll put the thing in.
Shall we move on, because we've got lots more to see as well. Let's move down. That's the one-day special. Now, not only are we moving down the counter, we're moving down in height as well.
Yeah, well,
come on, Hayley.
All the stuff right up.
Now we've got another box here. I'm intrigued. Oh, can we stand on there again? Is it just you?
Well, I think you can come on if you like. I'll move it along a bit.
Oh, come on then.
Bear with.
There you go. That'll do.
There you go.
That'll do. There we are. There we are. $18.99 for this one. What we've got here then, Hayley?
So this one is a box for fat quarters. So same principle. You've got your tray on the top, which just lifts out. And then this one, the bolts go top to bottom.
That is such a clever idea.
So you're going to get 23 fat quarters in there.
Wow.
The thing is, if you can see it, you're going to use it.
Of course.
And that's always been the problem with fabrics. They all get folded up, shoved in a box or a bag, or shoved out the way, and then they never get used. But if you can see them, then absolutely you will use them, and then that fits back in the top.
Love it. Love it. And then decorate the outside of that box again.
I'm going to task you with that.
Are you? Oh, good. Yes. I'm already messed up, so it doesn't matter if I do a bit more, does it?
And you can do that one.
All right, lovely. Now, I'm just going to give you the details, and I know we've had a question come in. $18.99 for this one. Item number 571169. It's for your fat quarters, of course. Includes 23 MDF bolts as well, so you can put your fat quarters on there. We haven't mentioned the delivery time. Of course, with Christmas and New Year, there's a little bit of extended delivery. It's just 7 days. Just to make sure that we can get everything ready for you and let Christmas and New Year get out of the way, and then away we go again. Now, before we go any further, we had a question in, Hayley, from Sue, and Sue is asking
about
the one-day special. Yes, the fabric. Is it 100% cotton?
Yes, they are. Oh.
You've sat the box on them. That's what it is.
On them. Right. Now I can move them.
There we go.
Yes, they are. They're all 100% cotton. So
perfect.
They are kind of full dyed fabrics as well, so they're the same colour all the way through. They're not a print on the top, so they will be perfect for all your quilting and applique and that kind of thing.
Wonderful, wonderful. But we do have more for you as well.
Now let's get rid of this.
Now we haven't got a finished sample of this, but I saw this. I was watching from home when you did these, Hayley. I think we've got a picture that we can show you. This is our zipper storage box.
We'll put this one back together in demonstration, because this one actually goes together and creates a little box which hinges open.
This is clever. Look at that.
A zip down the middle. Now, I will confess, this is, well, not confess, I will give credit where it's due. This is not our design. This was a design that we have actually licensed because we thought it was so good.
It is brilliant. Love
we
it.
kind of had to have it.
I just think that is so, so clever. What a great price. $13.99. You've got £3 off this one. So you can go for that storage box. So you can keep your zips in there, but you could keep other things in there as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We've made sure that the base is at least A4 size. So if you do want to keep papers and things in there, you can.
I'm thinking for the mixed media art, you see, if you like, I mean, we often see zips on the canvases and things, and mixed media.
We could rust it up.
You could steampunk it, you could do all sorts. Love that. £13.99, item number 634197. Now we've got a cross-stitch storage box. This is clever.
Has got lots of little holes on the top there, which you can see, you can just about see through. And that's designed so that you can add your cross-stitch designs to the top. So if I just show you that one that's been done, this is Patty Wilson that's done this one for us. So she's got a little kind of pestle and mortar design on there with the florals.
How clever.
And then used papers and other bits and pieces to decorate the side. And she's even put little bits on Ada.
That is so clever. I love that idea. So you could keep all your threads in there, your needles. Again, just use it for knickknacks, and if you like your cross stitch, it works, doesn't it? £16.99 is that? Oh, I've got to say that now. That's got to be in my head the whole show now.
Everybody's just thinking, yeah, one more out.
One more out. We're going to have for Christmas. I said keep your knickknacks in there, and then who was it, Molly? And your paddy wax as well. And your dog bones in there as well. They're making their own version up now. 546454 is the item number for this box.
Where's Santa?
Just £16.99. Oh, Santa's almost in St. Petersburg. Oh. Yeah, Russia's a big place.
He's gone back to Russia.
Yeah, he's kind of gone.
It's like an erratic
he's zigzagging a bit, I think. Oh, right. Okay, now then. We've got something else. I've not seen these before. These new, have you had these before?
Bear with. I'm coming back.
Oh, she's coming back. She's coming back. What have we got here?
I've wandered off. I'm coming back because I went to get a tube. Now, there's two things you can use these for. I'm just going to move that out of my way. You can use them for doing exactly this, where you've got tubes of glue on things and you're wanting to be able to get that very last bit out. The other thing you can do with them is if you've got projects that are on the go, maybe for where you're using embroidery floss and things like that, and you've had to split threads and what have you, and you've got little bits and pieces left over, you can actually loop them through there and have all of your threads hanging off there. So if you've got projects on the go, you can just put a sticker on the back to say which is each project. They would fit perfectly into the box that we've just seen as well, wouldn't they? They fit in the next item as well.
Will they?
Yes.
I like those a lot.
They'll fit in the box.
Yep, great if you're using it for just throw it in, Hayley. We've got lots of different designs here as well. You've got safety pins there. You've got
safety pins, mannequins, thimbles, scissors, bobbins and pins.
Very, very clever. You could decorate those as well if you wanted to. Great price at £9.99. You're going to get 12 of these turners. 224554
giddy now,
is the item number. They are, actually.
They're quite giddy now.
They are getting quite giddy. Now then.
Okay, so
what have we got here then?
This one is an accessory rack, and what it comes with these 8 little bobbins. The bobbins will clip in and out, so when you want to use something, it's there, it's ready for you. It comes stuck together already, so all you have to do is decorate it, and it also comes with these with the rings on the bottom as well, so it's ready to, well, not with the rings on the bottom, you have to attach the rings to the bottom, but the rings are included in it.
Oh, very clever. Like that again. Another one that's going to be lovely to decorate up actually as well.
There's a finished one.
Let's see. Where is it? Oh, it is. It's right behind me. We can see it right now on the screen. Look at that. Oh, a bit of crackle glaze on there. The threads around the bobbins there as well. Oh, the Inca Gold worked very well on that as well. If you watched the previous show, and we've got stocks left. If you want a bit of shine on there, it's a little bit like one of those old sewing machines, the Singer ones, isn't it?
It is.
It's lovely. I've got a Singer one with gold inlay.
My nan's got a hand turn one.
Yeah, mine's a hand turn. I use it for my papercraft.
I've kind of put my name on it.
I love it.
She knows,
I love it.
It's fine.
They look so pretty. This looks pretty as well. So you can have your own little sewing machine that doesn't cost anything to run. No electric required. £12.99 is the price of this one. Item number 619289. Then moving down, another idea that's similar in style.
People said they liked it, but they want it for keys for the house. So we made a couple of alternative ones. It's because we've made them so they hang out the bottom. So when you pick them up off the desk, they all slide out.
There you go. But no, they fit in perfectly because these are all laser cuts, so they're precision cut for you. And again, you could go to town decorating that, put little curtains in the windows, couldn't you? You could have little photographs behind the windows,
when
perhaps.
I gave it to my brother, it was plain, and he said that's no good. So he decided he was going to add windows, a door, and a doorknob.
As you should. And then we have this version as well.
You'll have to wait to get it to cut out, Winston. But he's like, no, it needs a doorknob. So
and there you've got your dog version as well. $9.99 for these. You've got the choice of the house or the dog. 520155 is the item number. Yes, just $5.99. You get the rings included, do you, Hayley?
Yes, you get the split rings with it.
Perfect. Lovely stuff.
So,
now then.
We got a cut. We'll have to stand to the side for these ones maybe, because these
are they a bit tall for us?
Yes, they're a bit tall for us. So you've got the standard bobbin tray, you've got the tall bobbin tray, which is tall. This one here, and then we've got one for the cops as well. So you know those big marathon thread ones or the Aurifil ones?
Yeah.
We've got one that fits those as well. And they each take 48.
Wow. Now, that's a great way for storing them, isn't it? You can see absolutely everything.
If you want to display these on a wall, what we recommend is before you screw it together, just drill a couple of holes in either side and put a string over the top.
Like a picture wire or something.
Like a picture wire, because what I don't recommend is kind of putting a thing on the back which is going to kind of tilt it forward slightly when you hang it, because if you tilt it forward slightly when you hang it, your bobbins will fall out.
They will. A good tip. A good tip indeed. I like that a lot. A great price again, $12.99 here. 48 thread tray is what you're getting included with this one. 333. Did I say that right? 333-412. I lost count how many threes I'd said. Wasn't sure if I said 3 threes or just a 2. But
and
there you go. Then we've got, we've got this one first, haven't we? The tall bobbin. Details on the screen for that. $14.99. New today, 068284. Hayley's just disappeared. Where are you, Hayley?
Things out of the way.
Right.
Right, could you hang on to that for a second?
I will. Oh, that's heavy. That's better.
Oh, no, you're still showing that? Okay, hang on, I'll bring it back for a second. Do the number.
This is the tall thread tray.
Did you do the number?
$14.99. Oh dear. Don't forget that code. You can see the banner going across the bottom of the screen.
Right. Don't forget the code!
I don't want people to miss out on the £10 off. You are using it, so I'm really pleased about that.
Don't
because
forget it!
£30 somewhere. If you're spending £60, ordering 2 different orders, £30 in one, upwards, £30 in the other, and then you can get a £10 off on each order, excluding P&P. But if you're a Freedom member, of course, that's delivered. Right,
so
okay, where are we at now?
Last thing on the counter is the fabric go round. So this is, again, just another nice way to store your fabric, because if you can see it, you use it.
You certainly can. I love the fact that you can colour coordinate as well, put these in an order.
Hours of fun there. Just hours of fun sorting it out.
Do you know, you've got an awful lot of fabric there.
There's some spare ones in the middle here. There we go.
Okay.
There's some spare ones in the middle.
It doesn't take up much room on your desk though, does it? So you're going to store a lot of fabric in a small space.
There's 32 metres on here. So
really?
There's 60, you can get 64 half metres on, or if you're using full metre pieces like this one, you go every other slot and you'll get 32 metres on.
Wow.
It's chunky, isn't it?
It is, and do you know, I can see how smoothly that runs round as well.
It's quite a small footprint. So it's got bearings in the middle to help it turn nicely for you. It comes with the screws, it comes with all the bits that you need and some instructions on how to put it together.
Perfect. So if you're going for this one, look at the saving, £20 saving, 2 payments of £20 as well, so flexi-buy on it, and it's over £30, so Christmas 19
you can get it for
in capital letters. You're going to get another £10 off.
Excellent.
Yes, of course. Your flexi needs to be over £30 if you're doing that as well. So, do you know, just take advantage of whatever you can today. 695807 is the item number. We're going to hop over to the website. Let's have a look what's on there. Of course, we've got today's new todays. We've got all sorts of goodies for you. You can find all sorts on there. The fabrics as well. Look, 5-star reviews on those. I do love that zipper box. Love it. Now the one-day special I'm just hearing is very, very busy. Don't forget, because of the value of the one-day special, even after the saving that's been taken off that we've allowed today, you've got another £10 if you put that code in as well. So don't forget that. Do take advantage of any bonuses available. There we are, lots to see.
Okay.
Right, Hayley,
so
what have you got there?
First of all, I've got the exactly, you've got the small version of the one day special.
Yep.
I've got the big one.
Okay.
So that we're going to put together very quickly because we need to show you how to do these hinges.
Okay.
So first of all, I'm going to sort the bits out.
Okay.
So I have all of the bits for my tray. So I've got top, bottom, and then I've got those 2 bits for the side. And that's going to assemble to make my tray. That I can do while I'm doing other bits because I need the edges to dry first to be able to get those hinges in. So that I can do in a second. So they're all the bits for that.
Okay.
They're the 2 combed bits which go in either side, and that's what your bolts will slide into. So one will slide in one side, obviously a bit further along, and then the other one will slide in the other side to keep them all nice and straight when they're loaded into there. So again, these we don't need just yet, and these we don't need just yet. What we need to do is assemble the lid and the base bit. So I've got those. Now I can never remember which bit is which for this, because there's 3 bits that look very, very similar, but when we design these, they'll only go together one way.
Right.
So what I would advise is just lay it out first and then just check. So yes, that one's the one.
Lovely.
That
Yeah,
will go
because your
into there.
notches.
Yes, the notches are all different on each piece, so they should all match up. Let me just do
Always
that.
worth laying it out, Hayley, isn't it? Always,
lay it out
every single
first.
time.
So I'm going to go ahead and stick this one together.
Okay.
And then I shall go ahead and do the same on the others. Molly, is there any chance you've got some tape just to hold these edges while I'm sticking? That'd be awesome. Excellent.
Right,
so
now, are you using a wood glue there?
I've got the biggest thing of glue you've ever seen. But to be fair, it was, I'll just hide that bit, it was less than £10 because I got it from a builder's merchants. I didn't go and get the little bits of PVA where you end up spending £2 or £3 a time. I went and got the proper wood adhesive.
Which is great. You know it's going to be, it's going to hold, isn't it?
Thanks.
You can use good PVAs. There are many MDF glues as well, but a good PVA, but wood glue is great for your MDF.
Yeah.
And if you are doing a lot of MDF work, then one of these that Hayley's got would be a good idea, actually.
Well, we've got a little one as well, but my brother refuses to use it because he says this one. Well, he uses the little one because he refuses to use this one because he says it's too big and it's ridiculous. So. Oh. I've put quite a lot of glue on here. I've gone way overboard, but that'll be fine.
But you can wipe it off, can't you? Any excess.
Absolutely.
Just, and it dries clear as well.
It does. This is a 10-minute dry time on this, so it's absolutely brilliant for putting together this kind of thing.
Perfect.
So that one in.
Okay, and of course at home, if you want to add a little bit more glue to the corners where each bit
I
meets.
didn't put any in there. Good for reminding me. There. Thank you. There.
Okay,
it's because I know we've only got 1 hour to do everything.
I know.
It's rushing.
I know. I'd love to give an update on Santa, but we think that so many people are now logging on to find out where Santa is. We've not crashed him, but we've crashed the site.
They can't spread rumours like that.
I know.
Santa's crashed.
No, he's fine. He's fine. It's just the website.
Okay.
Just the tracker. There's too many people trying to find out where he is.
I'm sure he's got some kind of elf-based IT support that can sort that out.
Should we give them a call? Should we give them a call?
Yes.
And ask them to fix it.
So that one is done. I need that to dry. I would kind of run my finger around those just to smooth those off, but I'm not going to get glued up because I've got to do the next bit.
Do you want me to do that? Because I'm already messy.
Okay, I'll give that bit to you.
Okay, just pop that there a minute.
There you go. There's the first bit. Now we'll do exactly the same for the base. So we're going to lay all of the bits out. Oh, did I not stick it? Oh, do you want some sticky tape to just
for the corners, just to hold it?
Yeah. Okay. So we have all of the edges. Okay. And then, because I said there's 3 bits that are quite similar, the bits for the outer bit of the box, you'll always be able to tell because usually they've got the notches for the hinges in.
Okay.
The bits for the bit that's for the inside for the tray won't have any notches along the side. But as I said earlier, they'll all only fit together one way, so you shouldn't have a problem.
Lovely.
Yes, it's all. No, hang on. Have I got? Oh no, I've stuck the wrong bit on.
You haven't.
I have.
Oh
just lift it up. It'll pop out from the bottom. There you go. I'll swap you for that one. It's because I didn't look, because the notches need to be on for the hinges for that one.
Ah,
Oh, man.
I see.
Right, hang on, I'll glue it up and then you can stick that one back together.
Okay.
So the two bits with the
I
notches
can fix this, Hayley, don't worry.
Okay. The two bits with the notches in, they're the bits for the lid.
Yes.
And then
I can see now.
Yeah.
Yep, these
Yeah,
two
yeah,
little
yeah.
bits here on each side.
There you go.
Yes, you want to make sure you can get your hinges in.
Yeah, there are proper instructions, don't worry. And actually, the person who writes our instructions, Josh, he writes beautiful instructions. So they're very much like a Swedish furniture shop.
Oh.
Yeah, they're very good. So that side with the notches in
Yep.
needs to match up with your side
Okay.
with the notches in.
See, that just fits perfectly into place. Let's just pop that there, pop that there. See, we're
Right.
back to where we were now, look, easy
Yeah, I'm just going
peasy.
to put a little bit more on some of these places where I've knocked my glue off. And then we'll stick this one together. And then we just need to let this set for a couple of minutes, and then we can go ahead and add those hinges. And while it's setting, what we can do is we can start putting together that tray.
Okay.
Or should we jump onto the zip box and come back?
We could do that.
Okay,
We could do that. It'd be nice to see that zip box again.
right. Well, we'll do a bit of that then.
Okay. This can be drying out. Now, another item that's doing well actually is the fabric go round. I'm not surprised actually, because there's a great saving on that of £20, and because you've got Christmas 19 as a code to pop in, capital letters remember, that will bring the price down again by another £10. So you're already down to £39.99. You could get that for £29.99. And that will hold 32 mini bolts. Now, depending on the thickness or the amount of fabric you're putting on each bolt, sometimes you might want to leave a gap. So every couple of slots, you said, didn't you, Hayley?
Yes,
You've got
so if you're
larger amounts of
putting
fabric.
half meters on, every
Yeah.
single one.
Every single
if
one.
you're putting full meters on, every other one.
Every other one.
Yeah.
Perfect. Love it. Right, that's the lid done then, Hayley. That can just be drained.
Okay, I am just popping the little squares out for the hinges because it's easier to do when it's like this than
Okay.
it is once it's all together. So I've got a bit glue on there.
I have actually taken
Now,
the
the
corners,
one
but to be
thing I
fair, it's
would-
holding without that.
The one thing I would do with this is not put an elastic band all the way around the top, because we've left you a little bit of wiggle room on the
Okay,
top where
yeah.
it's not got as many notches in. That's because to slide the little tray in and out, sometimes it needs a little bit more space, because
yeah.
it's fitted so precisely that sometimes it kind of causes a vacuum where you can't get any air in or out,
Yeah.
and then it sticks. But that's why we've left you a little bit more wiggle room
Okay.
on that top.
Now,
got
one
one more
question I
bit.
have got, Hayley, and I've got a feeling that you're going to answer in a certain way with this. Because it's such a precision fit, there's lots of scope for decorating the outside of the box. But if you were to use paints and things on the inside, you would probably
ideally no
these too
paints on the
tight, wouldn't
inside.
you? Yeah.
But yes, absolutely, as much as you like on the outside.
Lovely.
Okay.
Oh, Santa's working again. Not Santa himself, but he's on his way to Bahrain now.
He gets about a bit, doesn't he?
I know, he's clever, isn't he?
Okay.
Oh, now then, I asked in the earlier show if we knew what time he was due to arrive in the UK, and I've just been told in about 6 hours' time. So make sure you're in bed and you're fast asleep, otherwise he might not visit.
Could you stick my corners, please?
I can stick your corners.
Thanks. So while Catherine is very helpfully sticking my corners, we will make a start on this bad boy, which is the zip box. So we do exactly this, and the instructions again on this are very, very clear and very, very good. So you shouldn't have a problem putting this one together either. So let's pop the little holes out. There you go. Molly, sorry, not Director Molly, Floor Manager Molly. It's very confusing, especially when you get two Mollys and two Haleys, then that's just a nightmare. And in the outside bit, outside the studio, my green jacket's there. In one of my pockets, there's a little bag of screws. Please, may I have it? Thanks. Love you. I know exactly where it is. It's fine. So those bits are for the top. And again, this should only go together one way. These bits are for the bottom. Okay, so yes, 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 all good. And then this big base piece, that's for the bottom as well. So that is the outside bit. Now the tolerances, because we didn't make this one, the tolerances are much tighter. So you can get away with this one without glue.
Oh, I can hear them snapping.
You can hear them squeaking in, can't you?
Would you believe Santa's done Bahrain already?
He's quick.
How quick is he? He's on his way to Qatar now.
Oh. Oh, cheers, ears. Thanks.
Supersonic Santa.
Who knew? Well, I suppose he's got to be fairly speedy.
Can you imagine, you know when he delivers the presents and he's going ho, ho, ho. How
Yes.
many ho, ho, ho's does he say by the time he starts and then finishes? Must be millions. Must be millions.
Right, I could do with my little hammer just to push these in a little bit further. There we go. This one's really, really tight, but, you know, with this kind of thing, if you're going to decorate it, this one you can decorate inside now because those are so tight. I'm actually not going to use my glue on this one. I would still advise gluing it, just in case. Oh,
Santa's in Qatar now. He's delivering those presents.
Stand up.
Ho, ho, hoing as he goes.
There you go. Right, that's the base.
Look at that, Hayley.
Done.
That's very clever.
Okay, so I'm going to put that to one side. We're going to put together the lid.
Okay.
Actually, should we put the zipper bit together first? Okay, so the zipper bit, very, very simple. That goes on top of each other. Then this one goes on. Then this goes through everything.
Oh, I just
that
love the
means
zip.
you've still got movement in that bit. But again, tolerances are really tight on this one. But it was such a good design, we didn't want to alter it.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It is a little bit. It is a little bit more difficult. And
I
what
do
the best thing
remember-
to do is to get them even. Try and get them even as you push them through.
Yeah.
Because that'll make your life a little bit easier.
I do remember having your little hammer last time, just to.
I did have my little hammer for this one last time. Yeah, we've got it. There you go.
There we go. Look at that.
And that leaves a little bit of movement in that zipper pull, so you can use that to open it. Have I got stuff in my hair? Oh no, it's a star over there. I thought I'd flipped a load of stuff into my hair.
You know, I brought my rusty over.
Do you
could
want
have
to
a
rust
rusty zip, couldn't
Rust
you?
it
Can I
up,
do it?
Catherine.
Come
Rust
on,
it up.
I'm going to do that.
And
There's the lid.
What about my
There's that.
teeth? Do you want to rust my
Yes,
teeth up?
can do those as
Okay.
well.
Would you rather rust them while they're flat?
I'm just worried about you getting it all over your hands, actually.
Okay, well I'll put this together.
You put that together.
You
I'll
rust
just do
my
the zip
Okay.
for now.
So to put the sides together, they work exactly the same. In the diagrams and the instructions that we give you, we recommend that you lay it all out first. So it goes like that, and then little hole, and then that one goes over there, and then that one goes over there. There you go. So all laid out. Now it's just a case of slotting it together. So I'm just going to swap those over because I like that one better there. Right, they're all the same. Those 4 pieces are all the same. It was just a personal preference because that one had a bit of tape on. So side bits go in first. And again, these bits we've done pretty kind of clear instructions so you can see which bits go where. Oh, that one's a little looser, so I'm going to actually add. I'm going to add a little bit of glue to this one because this one's a little bit looser. There we go.
Don't forget that Christmas code, everybody. It is running at the bottom of the screen, but if you hadn't noticed it, if you're like me and you're busy doing something and you're not looking where you should be.
It's just constantly my life, that.
Yes. I've just been.
Just answer, Emily. Never mind about everybody else.
I've just been warned. Yes, Catherine, make sure you watch where you're going when you're driving home for Christmas. Yes. I've been playing Christmas tunes since early November.
Do you know what? I'm beyond Christmas tunes now. I actually went Radio 4 I was that desperate to get away from the radio, from the...
Well, I didn't purposely choose to listen to them, but where the channel that I normally had on when I was driving down here suddenly switched to Christmas songs. So I thought, oh, I don't mind. I'll listen to a bit of this, and then, but yeah, it just get a little bit, a little bit too much at times. So I do tend to sort of move around a little bit.
Okay.
I like this rusty zip, Hayley. It's looking really good. I'm so much
You're having a nice little time.
I'm having a lovely time.
Okay, come on. Oh, some of these are super tight. With the glue as well, it might be a bit too much. Oh no, my top's fallen off. There we go.
I'm even rusting the edges of this. So it looks really good.
That's it. So now I'd let that dry, which will give that 2 seconds. I know we've not got. Oh, see, got to let it dry. Let me put that back on. I'll leave it that way up.
I've got to let my zip dry as well, but it looks really good. Come have a look at the zip.
So one of the things you're going to have to do though is try and get the bottom bit, even when you let it dry, if you just let it sit, but you put something under that puller so it doesn't actually stick to your base bit, because that's one of the kind of charms of it, is that it kind of is free moving.
Now that, as it dries, will look as though it is real rust. I can guarantee that, because I've been using this all day long.
I should have given you this in the beginning.
You should. Do you know, I would have loved this. I could have had it all prepared for you, Hayley.
Right, that would have been lovely, but
I'm going to sit that on there just to stop
this is the most unsticky sticky tape. This is it's fine. That I think will do us.
I'm thinking it's low tack tape.
Oh, well, that's
more for the dyes rather than it.
Okay, so when the other side goes together exactly the same for that, and then what you do is, once they have dried, there are little holes in the bottom corner of here, also little corners in the bottom of here, and then those little screws that Molly got for me before. Is that lined up? Can't see. Upside down, back to front. I'm just going to do it on the camera. Hang on. Oh,
there you are, just about that.
There we go.
That's it.
So you line those up, and then you put the Chicago screws through. So one through the other side, one through that side, and then that creates your hinge.
Perfect.
But I'm just going to let that dry, and then we'll attach that one side, because what you need to do is you need to put it together, put the screws in, and the very last thing you'll do is stick the zipper on, because you need to stick it just onto one side.
Okay. Lovely.
I'm going to...
We can revisit that, Hayley, can't we? So
I'm going to hop back onto the one day special in a second.
Okay. Right, I think we're going to do a bit of a recap in a second as well, but let's go to the website.
I'll stick this one together.
You'll be doing that. We'll go to the website and have a look at everything there as well, of course, because all the goodies are there, all the new todays. Of course, the one-day special's there as well. We've got lots to show you. You can be shopping ahead of us. You can look at reviews on there as well. Everything that you've seen is there on the website and more besides. So do take your time to have a look. Don't forget about your voucher code. So if you're spending £30 or more, you are going to get another £10 off as long as you put that code in there. Now, an item that's been very, very busy, and I can just see, is this one. And I'm not surprised, because even without that extra £10 discount, there's £20 off this. Originally it was £59.99, and I think that is a bargain at that price actually, because there's a lot of work gone into this, and there's an awful lot of MDF in it as well. You've got that lovely bearing mechanism at the bottom there as well, so it runs nice and smoothly. And what you've got there are the bolts to hold 32 half-metre pieces. Now, if you want to put a metre on each bolt, then you just leave a gap in between each one. So every other slot you would put one of those bolts. So you can hold up to 32 mini bolts in there. I think that's right. Is that 32 mini bolts or 32 metres you're getting there?
You're getting 32 mini bolts.
32 mini bolts.
The fabric obviously isn't included.
No.
You can add your own fabric onto it. So you're getting 32 of the bolts. So
half metres, 32 in there.
You're going to get 32
metres. It's going to be half that because you leave a gap in between.
Sorry. You can fit 64 in total. So you're getting 32 with it. So you can put 32 full metres on there. Alternatively, I know on the website somewhere there is the option to get an additional number of bolts to
so
fit
you
your
can
fabric
buy additional.
collection.
So if you're saving that £10 and maybe you want to up to another basket that contains £30 or more, do it in 2 separate orders, you'll get £20 off then, 10 on each order. So just to make that very clear then, there are 64 slots.
64 slots, 32
64
bolts.
slots, so if you're going with half-metre pieces, you can fill them all. If you're going with metre pieces on the bolts, leave a gap in between each one, so you're going to get a full 32 metres on there if you're doing it that way. 695807 is the item number. It's very busy indeed. Now, something else that's busy, and these are new as well, the tall bobbin. This is this one here. Now, this is going to hold a vast amount of bobbin threads, actually. So, 48 in total. You can mount this onto the wall, but what Hayley advises is put a couple of holes in the side panels there and put a wire or something to hang so it sits perfectly straight against your wall. You don't want it tipping forwards by attaching a fixing at the back because it will tilt it forwards. You need it so the bobbins are going to stay in there. You can lay it flat as well, of course, if you want it flat on your desk. It depends on the room you've got. So if you're limited for space, a good idea is to put it onto the wall, or the side of a cupboard would work as well. £14.99 for this one, item number 068284, and it's a brand new today. And also we've got the smaller version here, so the one for the cops. So it's a different size spool. Oh, we've got another one for you. This is the bigger one. We haven't got this on the counter. So this is for your 48 thread cops. So the bigger cops, it's going to hold it £16.99. This must be enormous then if we've looked at the large and the small, and this is even bigger. 853509 is the item number for this one. It will hold 48 different cops there as well. And then we've also got something else for you that we didn't see as we went down the counter. Oh, did we see this one? Ah, it's that one. Yes, of course. I know the one now. The one with the sewing machine, and then you've got those bobbins that will fix in and out with the little split rings, so you can hang your tools there on the bottom if you want as well. Just £12.99 for this one. Have fun decorating that up. 619289. And then the final one, to remind you of course, it's the one-day special. This is brilliant. So you get in the sewing box, the sewing tray in there, as well as the box where you're going to fit those bolts, and you've got 16 half-metre pieces of fabric to go with it. You are getting the fabric as well, 100% cotton. You're saving £18 on the one-day special. Put the code in. You're also going to get an extra £10 off, so you can get this for £44.98 if you put the code in there.
Okay.
700318. Just a reminder, that excludes the postage and packaging, but if you're a Freedom member, you don't pay for that anyway.
Okay, so in the box of all the bits that you're going to get to create the storage box for the fabric, you are going to get these little pieces. Now, these create the hinge. One of the very important things that I need to tell you is make sure that you do not lose the centres out of these pieces here, because you're going to get 4 pieces that are kind of like reverse L-shaped, and 4 pieces that have got these 2 little teeth on.
Okay.
So 2 of those we don't need for the minute. I'll pop them out of there. The other 4, what we need to do, I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue on here, because we need to take the circles from the centre of there. I'm going to put it there, and then tiny bit of glue on, and then there's a circle etched onto here. That needs to go
so you're just lining
there.
that up.
Yep,
Okay.
so that's lined up.
Lovely.
Onto there, and then I'm going to leave those to dry. I should have done these first. Don't know if I'm going to get time to stick this together.
Is it a good tip not to overload with the glue there,
Yes,
Hayley?
you don't want, I've got a little bit too much on here, but you really don't, that'll shrink down a little bit, so I'm not too concerned about that, but you don't want tons. That's why I've put a tiny bit onto the board, and I'm picking it up from the board.
Okay.
Come on.
What you could do, I suppose, if you've got a damp or a wet paintbrush, not too wet, just a damp paintbrush, and just run that around.
Or something
cotton
would be
bud would
enough.
work as well,
That
just
one's
to
a bit
remove the
better.
excess
There you go.
glue.
Yeah, and you want to press them down nice and tight, because these are going to form your hinge.
Okay.
So there's
As
the
you're
last
doing
one.
the last one there, Hayley, I need to check. Where's Santa? Emily's looking. He's on. Oh, lucky Santa! He's on his way to the Seychelles now.
That's pretty good.
Oh, that's a beautiful
That's lovely.
place to go.
Um,
Seychelles. I want to go there.
where's the lid gone? Ah, there's the lid. Could I have the lid,
The lid?
please?
There you
Because that's
go.
had about 10 minutes, so that should be dry
Yep.
enough for us to do it. These are the bits that go on the top. So the ones that almost kind of look like a it's not treble clef.
It's a bit like a musical
note kind of thing. These are the ones that go on the top. And the way that they go is that little step in the centre there, because there's kind of 2 steps down and then another 2 steps down. That 2 steps in the centre there, they will match up exactly with what's in there. Now you don't want to put them both in initially because you need to put one of these in the middle. So what I would advise is sticking one of them first. Just dry run it because that will tell you where you need to add your glue. So you need your glue under that first little lip, and you need your glue on this back piece here. There's no point in putting glue on that centre bit because that's going to push through and that's going to go into your lid.
So where you've got contact, MDF with MDF, put some glue.
So we need a little bit there, and we need a little bit down the back there. So I've probably got way too much on there, but that'll be
The girls have gone very quiet. I think they've sneaked off.
Concentrating. Concentrating. So that's the first one in. I'm going to do the second one over here. So again, dry run it first, and then so I know where I'm putting my glue. I don't want to. I'm just going to lean that so it's over the edge of the table and it's not kind of pushing on it. So that one and down there. And so you just want one of these in to start with, because the way this hinge works is using the circles that I've taken out from here, that's going to hinge onto there.
Right,
so
I understand.
That bit goes into the top of the box. These pieces slot into the bottom of the box. So you can see that pops it, if I'm trying to get my hands out of the way, that pops into there.
Clever.
And then that's your hinge. And because of the design of the hinge, because of this little piece on the top, that stops the lid flopping all the way back.
Yeah.
So that'll keep the lid upright for you as well.
Lovely.
So I just need a couple of minutes for this glue to dry.
Okay.
So what
we do have a picture of
shall
the
we finish
finished
the
item,
zip
actually.
box?
No, we don't have one. Oh, what we've got a picture of? Is it Santa? Ah, look.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, this is what
that was
the
after
crew
a
are up to
busy
now. But
fabric
Hayley, if you've got a
freedom
twin,
show.
if that's happening right now, who's that person there? Second from the left.
It may have been a photograph from earlier, Catherine. That's how time works.
I
You took
did
it.
take it. Yes, I took it. I took the picture. This is what happens here at Hochanda, you see.
Only on Christmas.
On Christmas Eve, yes. Not every day. Not every day. Look at Emily, she's got a full tub of chockies there as well. There's Hannah and Molly asleep. Oh, look how happy Molly is and asleep there. She must be dreaming of nice things. And then we've got Chloe there as well.
Seeing as I have 10 minutes, I'm going to leave those for another couple of minutes to dry because I'd be much happier if I'd done those right at the beginning, but I forgot 'cause I was too excited. So back to the zip box now. So I've got both of my, which side did I do first? Which looks less, this one looks less gluey. Okay, so that goes over the top there. I'm going to
This is so clever.
Tilt it back, and then you've got these little Chicago screws, and you should be able to use this. There's 2 sides to these. These are like bookbinding screws. One side screws into the other.
Okay.
So there's like a male and female for them. Start with this side, the bit that's got the bit to kind of screw into, the one that's got the hole in the centre of it. So I'm going to go from this side because then I can screw them from the outside if I need to. So pop that in. I'm just going to slide it back a little bit. I should do the one on your side really so you can see what I'm doing, shouldn't I? It's all right. Let me just shuffle
guess where
that out of the way.
Santa's going now?
Right.
He's been to the Seychelles, which is beautiful, and now he's going somewhere just as beautiful. He's going to Mauritius.
He gets all the best gigs, doesn't he?
He does. He's not going to be there long though, Hayley.
Not enough for a bit of sunbathing. There we go.
I did question earlier, Hayley. I think it was on my hour before.
Sorry, I'm trying to do demonstrations in betwin finding out where Santa is.
Oh, sorry. Well, I was a little bit concerned about Santa.
The demonstration's getting in the way of the Santa update. I apologise.
I was concerned because he goes from cold countries to hot countries, and if he doesn't have a change of clothes, let's hope
maybe
he's not
got
wearing
aircon
brushed
in the
cotton.
sleigh.
Because
Sleigh-con.
But we think he has his shorts under his
So
his
when he
winter
gets to the
outfit.
warmer places,
yeah, so he can whip off his jacket and
like
his trousers.
Velcro at the sides.
Yes, that's what we think.
Okay, I need a screwdriver because my fingers are covered in glue. Floor molly and gallery molly. Yeah. Could I have a screwdriver out of my trolley thing, please? I think I put it in the bag on the top. This one? It's a red one. That's a crochet hook. I'll just chat amongst yourselves.
I'll just chat. I'll talk about the zipper box. I was going to talk about Santa, but I better not talk about that anymore. We'll talk about the zipper box because we have got a picture of that when it's put together, of course. I love this idea. I think it's so clever. There you go, £13.99. You're saving £3 on this one. 634-197. That's how the box will look when it's all completed. But of course, if you want to decorate it, you certainly can do. Especially if you've got the rusty stuff that I've been using. It looks amazing.
So I'm going to do the other side, and then that's what's going to provide the little
very clever
pivot for it.
Love it.
It's very, very cute, isn't it? I love it. And if you, well, depending on which way round you put them, if you put them round that way first, they could almost look like rivets on jeans.
Yes. You could rust those up as well.
There's no end to your rusting, is there? Just no limits to your rusting, Catherine. Okay, so that would go on the other side.
Okay.
And do exactly the same again with those little kind of bookbinding Chicago screws. Screw one end into the other, and that's what provides your joint.
I think this is so clever. And everything fits perfectly with the zip as well.
That's not dry, is it?
It's getting there.
Okay. So you put it in the middle, but you only glue it to one side, because whichever's going to be your leading edge, your opening edge, that's the side that you want to glue it to. Because if you glue it to both, you're not getting your box open. If you just glue it to one side, then that can be used as the pull to open it. Now, because we've put the screws in, you could even wall mount this if you wanted to, and have it as a little cupboard. Maybe glue a couple of MDF shelves in.
Do you know, I think this would be great, even if you weren't using it for your sewing, a teenager's bedroom, a little box, especially if it's on the wall or something, keep certain things in there. You could always fix some little shells in there as well. Look really, really trendy. Yes, keep your keys in there as well.
5 minutes, so I've got to get these hinges on.
Okay.
Okay, so box.
I'll just move that so it's drying a little bit more.
So with the hinges, they have to go on. Let me just turn this round so you can see. So they have to go on like that. So that first one that we've put on, we now need to have a second one on, and then that's got to pop in to that hole. So we've got to pop that in there and stick this to the top first. With that kind of, I don't want to let go of anything. So that's got to go into there, and then that will be sandwiched within there. So stick that first one down first and let that get a good hold.
Okay.
Once that's in, then the other ones you can do. That one looks like it's not too gluey. The other ones, oops. So, do you know what? I'm going to stick that one in properly so we can do this, well, at least one side properly. Okay. So, I'm going to pop that into there. So I'm just making sure it's the right way round.
The details on the screen for this actually at the moment. No, we haven't. What have we got?
I've closed the glue.
We have, because you get the fabric with this. This is the one-day special, of course. Don't forget, you are getting the fabric included. You've got 16 MDF bolts. You've got 16 half-metre pieces of fabric, 100% cotton. You've got that tray that makes up to go in the top as well, your sewing tray. This is a great box for decorating. So many different mediums you can apply on the outside. £18 saving for the one-day special, but then put the code Christmas19 in, you'll get another £10 off as well, bringing it down to just £44.98.
Now, did I see some magnetic sheets on one of the
I think
big
it was a 10 o'clock show this morning.
Right. If you took those same MDF bolts, put the magnetic sheet to either side, that could be dies on the bottom.
That's a good idea.
Couldn't it? So that's what we've got there. We've got both of those stuck in.
Okay.
And then that one is on the top. Now I would leave, I'm going to stick it in because I've got to do it quick, but that one there I would leave until these two are properly set
Okay.
before I go ahead and do this usually, but because we ain't got much time, we're going to go for it. So once you've got it to this stage, then you add the final ones to the back. So you line it up, and we've given you a nice kind of little bit of wiggle room on this, but it is worth having one hand on the inside and one hand on the outside for this, because you have to push against that backboard.
Okay.
Just wondering if I've got enough.
Guess where Santa
if it's
is now?
set enough. Where's he now?
Antarctica. He's gone from the Seychelles.
He's going a long way round, isn't he?
Yes, he's needed to put his coat
I'm
back on
trying
now.
to get this together, but I'm just, I haven't let it stick for long enough. So what I would advise is put that top bit in first, let it stick properly, and then attach it to the bottom, because I've not let that stick enough. You can see my glue's still wet there and it's come off.
Okay,
But
you do, as a reminder, get the instructions, very clear instructions. It's nice to see it visually though, Hayley, to understand the process of it, but the instructions
it needs just
are
that
important.
little bit more time to set, really.
Yeah.
Right, there's the first one in.
Now, I can let you know that as a live show, this is the last one from today. We are being allowed home. But there are continuing shows right throughout, of course, 24 hours. There will be repeats of certain shows, including the one-day special. So for anybody that missed this at 6 o'clock and you're watching now during the night, where have you been? Has Santa been? Has he left you a present yet? Has he visited? But yes, whatever time you're watching, we do wish you a very Merry Christmas. Do stay with us. We've got lots of shows coming up. I know we're nearly at the end of the hour.
I know. I'm going to very quickly just show you this because it's an important one.
Okay.
So I've put those top two bits in. When you then come to stick this to the bottom, you've got that central one which you need to get in first, and then there's one more bit that's got a notch on that you've added. That will pop in to one side. And then you've got another bit which is just a kind of covering piece that will go on the other side. They will all slot into those slots that we've got there.
Wonderful.
And they'll glue into there. That creates your hinge.
There we are. Well, we're almost out of time. I've just grabbed this. This is a smaller box, but the same process with the hinges, so you can see how they look. Absolutely wonderful. Do you know what? I really do wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. We've been counted out. Hayley, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you,
Stay
Catherine,
with us
and
throughout
everybody
the night.
else.
Have a lovely time.